This should be live right now. No? Does it not actually come up until I start to get onto the live stream? Okay. Now it should be live. Maybe I have to reset the YouTube. Hold on. I just have to. Right, okay. So, should be good from here. This is just the start of the stream, so I'll go through basically what I'm doing. So glad you're doing this again. I was gutted the last time. Yeah, I had to leave the last time. I was just had an emergency, so we're actually going to be restarting this whole thing, and we'll do it again. So let me just check the audio's on. Right, the audio is on. And let's look at the chat. So we're basically going to be going over proof of work coins tier list. If you didn't know, I've already done this as a video before. It was around a year ago. And subsequently, things have changed since then. If we actually click on this video, we can mute that. And we can actually look at what our ending was there. Things will have changed since I made this video. There's a lot of things that I wouldn't put up there anymore, just based on being time in the space. And, you know, there's a lot of other coins that have come out that have provided profitability for us. So we're going to be going based off a lot of metrics like profitability, future stuff that is going to be happening with the coin, and just basically how I like mining it, and some, you know, metric around how well it is for your GPU or how good it runs on an algorithm, just in terms of not wearing down your GPUs if you're going to be mining the coin. Plus some, you know, dual mining type things. Is it actually good audio or not? I don't really know. I've never really had done much live stream, so I don't really know if the audio is actually good or not. Anyway, so let's just basically start into this, because we have, you know, a bunch of coins to get through and not a lot of time really. Just got home and it's currently, I believe, 9 o'clock here, so we have not that much time, I guess. Good audio. Are you guys just trolling me, or is it actually good audio? I can't hear it. Points to get through and not a lot of time really. I just got home and it's currently... Okay, never mind, I don't really know. There's a bit of a delay on the chat. I don't know how to sort that out. I'm new to live streaming on YouTube. I haven't really set much up. I've only done about 5 live streams overall. But let's just get into this. So the first coin, Ethereum. Now, for the most part, Ethereum is kind of new to all of us miners. And it's the algorithm that it's working on is great because it allows for that memory intensive plus that core intensive that we had from Ethereum mining, of course, but this is done more, I suppose it's more efficient on your cards than it would be on Ethereum mining, but it has some of the aspects which are good in terms of like dual mining with other cards slash coins. So even with Ethereum and Lithium, I've been focusing on that mainly when I'm mining because the algorithms are so similar. Like in the Blake 3 actual version, Blake 3 ETH hash is for Ethereum, and then Blake 3 is for Lithium. So it kind of works well. You're basically running 2/3 of the same algorithm, with 1/3 being the Ethereum hash algorithm. So let's just add over to Ethereum. I'm just going to put it as a solid B for now. We don't really know where it's going in the future. I know it's just kind of like an Ethereum clone, if that makes sense. In terms of what it says on the website, it's like reimagined Ethereum. So we're just going to place it in the middle because I don't really know my thoughts on that quite yet. As I said, this is definitely going to change if you come back and rewatch the live stream, like maybe like a month down the line or something like that. So I'm just going to put Ethereum started off in the B tier. Don't really know where it's going to go. It could drop down to C tier, or it could go back up. Now, a lot of these coins, I do have a watch list open here, so you can refer back to this if we're looking for like market cap and stuff like that. For basically all these coins, Ethereum's not on there because I don't think it's listed on CoinMarketCap yet. I think it is listed on CoinGecko, maybe. A lot of these coins are listed on CoinGecko. So you can check that out over on CoinGecko. However, right now, just put in Ethereum for a B. Now, Claw AI, let's move on to that. I think Claw has definitely some utility case, but there is other ones out there like Near AI, which I'm probably going to be placing the same kind of range. It's probably going to be in this B tier because it hasn't really fully fleshed out the idea of it. I think Vast AI is pretty much better than both of these, but it doesn't have a coin necessarily attached to it. So it's a different model. Now, most of them are just basically rig rental companies which run off the coin, if that makes sense. So you're mining the coin and holding the network. And then the back end of it is going to be renting rigs. And we don't really know what people are going to be doing with these rigs that they rent out, because it could have negative effects. Like, I know that there's some people out there that are definitely cracking passwords with your hardware if you actually rent them out. Especially if you have really powerful hardware out there. Like, you can add up to, I think it's 6 GPUs, but they have to be the same GPU model. You can add up to 6 on a rig and still rent that out. I know for Claw AI you can do that. I'm not sure about Near AI, but for Vast AI, I believe it's only 1. Or I'm not sure about that one. You'll have to fact check me on that. But for Claw AI, and we're just going to do Near AI at the same time. Basically, the same type of coin in terms of the utility, if that makes sense. They have good ideas in terms of the rig rentals or something like that. It's not exactly AI based, I guess, because all it is it's supposed to be a platform to perform AI for the actual like other users who don't have the access to these type of cards, like the 30 series, 40 series, or even, you know, some of the AI type learning cards like the A4000, A2000. Many people won't have those cards necessarily, so this is why they're using these platforms to rent them out. But for the most part, I think it's going to go B for both of them, just because they do provide some utility in the space and there's still profits to be made slightly. I believe you can get slightly more than you would crypto mining like Dynex or something like that. But this is more about the platform that they use and not the coin. So it's kind of mixed in between. I believe if you were to mine the actual coin, you wouldn't make as much. But rig rentals are soon becoming, or fast becoming, a big thing. Now, we're not going to do Bitcoin yet, but I'm sure you all know where that's going. So let's just start down here with AE. AE was a relatively new coin back in the Ethereum merge times. I believe it was released in 2021. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. But it didn't really serve much purpose in my eyes. The algorithm was PoW, and it was basically not profitable to mine it, because you could just basically mine Ravencoin and that'd be way more profitable. I haven't seen much updates for it. I don't think that it's going anywhere. If you mine it, then good on you, but for the purpose of this video, I have to put it in D tier because I just haven't mined it, just because it's not really going anywhere. Now, moving on to Verus coin. So if you didn't know, you can actually mine this with a phone. You can mine it with a CPU as well, but it provides obviously utility for phone mining, which around a year ago was thought of as a scam, realistically, just because you actually can't mine on the hardware. But then over the time, we've seen, you know, various iterations of the miner come out for phones. The ROI isn't that great. It's like 5 years, but there's still people mining on it, and it still provides some level of, you know, crypto mining. It does definitely open up a new lane for crypto mining in terms of people that wouldn't have more expensive hardware. Like, you could have a $30 phone that you just mine this on. I know the profits are dirt cheap, like 2 cents a day or maybe even 1 cent per day. That's not even in the profits, that's probably in revenue. So I think we'll put Verus coin. Is it Verus coin or Versus coin? We'll put it in C tier, just because it's not profitable really to mine it on a phone, but it also offers the lane of mining for people that don't have the hardware that many crypto miners might have. You can also mine it on a CPU, which is probably vastly more profitable. But you know, I wouldn't really stick with it. I don't see it going anywhere. There's not really much use case for it either. I mean, people can argue the point on the use case for it, but a lot of these coins basically do the same thing that other coins do. But those other coins might just have, 30x the market cap of what this one has. It's not really innovating too much. It only offers the CPU mineable part from the phones, if that makes sense. Now let's move over to Kyler coin. So I've actually been, very early on to this coin. I believe I got onto it as soon as it started trading, or at least listed on, what was it, Mining Pool Stats. When we actually look at the chart, I'm not saying that it's a great coin to mine, because personally I wouldn't be mining it unless you have FPGAs, which even then, it had this massive rise, and I can't really explain the rise for it at all. I don't know why it rose so high up to there. The market cap is so small right now. If you divided it, that would only be, I don't know how many coins are actually trading, but it'd be 10 for 1,000, and then it would be 100 for 10,000, and then it would be 1,000 for 100,000. So 4,000 coins are being traded, I guess, on the market cap. That's how much is on there, if we see here. And I don't really see, what Kyler coin has to offer in terms of, mining or profitability. It's good for FPGAs, but that's only when the price starts to go up, which it kind of had a decline from there. It does go up and down a lot. I see it on my notifications a lot. It's up 10%, it's down 10%. Plus the markets for it are basically null, since the market for TX bit, as soon as that went off, basically all of the volume on the coin went off as well, because safe trade is not really one of the best places to be trading things. I've never used it really, and I don't recommend that you use it either. Now, Trade Ogre, I don't know why they have a Bitcoin to Kyler coin. I don't understand why they would have that, but at least they do, I guess. So there's one way to trade it. But for the most part, Kyler coin is not really that much more innovative. It has the 21,000 supply, which I guess you can say is innovative, but you could say that Bitcoin has 21,000 supply if you take off enough numbers and you just rounded the coins into bigger coins. It doesn't really matter about the number of supply, because you can just divide it. If that, you can divide it by 8 or whatever. The algorithm, I believe, is SHA-3D, which is slightly better than SHA-256, but not much more innovative. I guess it allows for GPUs and FPGAs on the network, but I'd still put it in C tier. It's too small to even, make a prediction on where it's going to go. It's slightly profitable for FPGAs. I wouldn't say much past that. If we go on hashrate NO, I'll actually tell you. Let's have a look for Kyler coin. Where is it? So most of the coins on the list are from hashrate NO, because I'm assuming that most of you who watch the videos are going to be using hashrate NO, so this is why I'm ranking those. Let's see here, the 4090, 2100 mega hash. Let's just click that into the calculator. I'm just going to guess what the watts are. I'm going to say 250. Calculate that out. Revenue's around 30 cents. I'm assuming that that's the power watts, but I'm sure it's more than that. When it comes to FPGAs, though, I don't see anything listed apart from the E300. I know there are FPGAs out there, and there are bit streams out there to mine it. So it might be profitable for FPGAs. Anyway, moving on to Novo. So a lot of these coins on here, I really feel like one of the main metrics that people should be looking at is emissions, because that's how much like value internally the actual coin provides. Obviously, Bitcoin being 27 million per day, Dogecoin with around 850,000, Kaspa 660,000, and Kaspa recently overtook Litecoin. This was not that far back, maybe 3 months ago. And Litecoin's been on a decline in daily emissions since then. But subsequently, Kaspa Coin has really actually shown that it could hold it up there for a while. But that's obviously dependent on the price of the coin. So when I'm scrolling down, this is listed or at least ranked by the emissions per day. When you look down here, you can see that Kyler Coin is basically giving out $792 per day. The same with a lot of these other small coins. And coming on to our next coin, which is Novo. I know that this is actually very efficient for AMD cards, I think. Yeah, mostly all AMD cards at the top by there. It does provide profitability there, but when we look at GPUs, the most profitable obviously is Dynex right now. I'm going to see if there's any actual profitable ones that are on this coin right now. So there's none on Novo, but I know it was kind of profitable for a while. However, I don't really see much innovation in the coin. Don't really know where it's going. Probably just going to put it in C tier as well. Now, Block X. This is a new coin. Let's see if it is listed on here. I don't think that it is. Maybe it is. We scroll down, we'll look for it. Oh, yeah, it is. So it's producing kind of relatively good emissions per day. When we click on it on the benchmarks, they don't have any benchmarks yet. I believe it's if we click here, it's based on the X11 algorithm. So in terms of crypto mining, yeah, it's X11 algorithm. It's not just a digital currency. This has actually changed. This website has changed since I last looked at it. So I don't actually know where I'm going right now. Anyway, so there's a lot of, kind of good things that BlockX do. It's more of a tech company, I'd say. And the accompanying thing is the coin. So they're trying to provide tech to the space. I don't really know if it can go further or if it's just going to be one of those ones that fades away. However, I'm kind of leaning towards that it's going to be slightly bigger in the future at least and grow a little bit more. I'm going to put it in B tier, just in the middle. I'd probably put it before these. I don't know if we're ordering them like that. If we were, I would put, no, that would be the right order. Maybe this here or that there. That would probably be the right order. I think NeuroAI is definitely better than Claw. And Ethereum is better than the rest of those three. Okay, so let's move on to Raptorium. So, for the most part, Raptorium has actually been very good in terms of, how much profits it's been producing for a lot of CPU miners. Now, there's not many CPU coins on here. I think Zephyr, Raptorium, let me see if there's any more. No, because those are really the only noteworthy ones that I think to be putting on here. Oh, sorry, Monero is there as well. I forgot about that. So those are the only noteworthy ones that I'd say I would keep around, or at least have some sort of potential in the future. Raptorium has been very, very profitable for CPU miners, and you don't actually have to set up the full PC for Raptorium mining. It mainly matters about your CPU. However, with Monero, it actually matters about the RAM and the speed of the RAM on the PC. So you have to do a lot more research if you're looking to maximize Monero mining. However, with Raptorium, it's more about your CPU. I think it's provided very relatively good profits, and that's one of the main things that we're looking for. It still holds, a large amount of hash rate. And I think people have been making more profits from Raptorium than they have on Monero overall. It's just Monero is such a big coin, so there's more CPUs upholding that network. I'm going to put Raptorium at A, just based on the amount of profitability that it's provided for CPU coins at the moment. Now, moving on to nexa. I think nexa is a great concept just because of the fact that it integrates the gaming slash crypto space market in very well. It's not a play to earn necessarily because it's not tied into a game. Most of these play to earn games are just based solely on the actual game that the creators of the coin made and not the games that people are actually playing. For example, nexa has a partnership, I believe, or not a partnership, but they run servers which you can play on, and in return you'll get paid out in nexa. You can also mine the coin, obviously, if you want to, but for the most part, you can get it for free playing on the games. So I believe they have servers for Minecraft and GTA. If we look here, so let's go on their website. I believe it's Minecraft and GTA. Let's look down here. Play to earn model. Yeah, that can do gaming and streaming. So I'm not sure where it actually says here. But last time I looked at it, it did show. Okay, never mind. Well, I believe that they do have it, and we can explore that. I'm seeing here, gaming actively achieve this goal. I don't know where they put this last time because this website has changed since I did the last time. Oh, okay, sorry. Let's go over to games. All right, here we go. So there's one for Rust. There's one for 5M. I swear they had a Minecraft one here as well. Anyway, if they do, then nexa obviously is providing a good platform for people to basically play to earn without having to go over to a basically awfully created game. Like a lot of these play to earns are just like basic games that are just, you know, there's no point even playing them. They're not even good games to play. People are just playing them just to earn coins. However, if you're playing Rust, you know, a lot of people will play Rust and they'll, you know, spend a long time on it. So you might as well play it on a server that is going to reward you slightly for more coins, I guess. And for that reason, I think I'm just going to put it as an A. So I'm definitely going to put it before Raptorium just because of the utility of it and the fact that you could still mine it. So that is what we're going to go for nexa. Now moving on to Vertcoin, which is one of those really old legacy coins. I don't know where to put Vertcoin. I think that mainly the profitability is not there. It used to be one of those coins that people would mine back when there was like, I don't know, 2,000 coins on the market. Now there's up to 1 million coins on the market. I don't have much opinions on it. I've never truly gone into mining it for profitability. So I'm just going to have to put that one in D tier. And I think that can stay there. If you have any opinions, let me know. I just think that that's not really the most profitable coin at all. Hasn't really shown much utility past, I think 2017 it had an alright price, but it's gone down since then. It really hasn't done much since, you know, 2016, I believe. So for the most part, we're just going to keep Vertcoin down there. Right, moving on to Zephyr. So Zephyr is CPU mineable, I believe. And I think that it's got some good innovations. I wouldn't say that it's, you know, anything really out there. It has been profitable, I believe. If we go on hash rate NO, let's look for CPUs. So all the CPUs are profitable on Zephyr right now. There's this Vast coin. I've never heard of that. However, most of them are basically all profitable on the Zephyr coin. Even with good profits, like if we up this to 15 cents per kilowatt hour, let's see what the profits are. Still 39 cents profits, way better than what we're getting on GPUs. Let's up it to 20. Let's see what it gives there. Still profitable. And it's just because CPUs use slightly less power than GPUs and they are more efficient on this algorithm. So it's providing a lot of profitability. I'm going to put it in B, and we're going to put it above Ethereum. However, I don't know if Monero or Raptorium will make a comeback in terms of the profitability that it's providing. I'm hoping that it does. Redo call for work. I got call for work, but we'll watch the rest later. Okay, cheers for staying around. If anyone has any comments on if I'm ordering these wrong, just leave them in the comments, I guess. But for the most part, Zephyr, I just put it in B. It's very profitable right now. I don't know if it's going to be still profitable in the future. A lot of people aren't CPU mining, I suppose. The main focus is on GPUs if you're in this space, I guess. ASICs is like a bigger tier, that's more for mining farms. So if you do have CPUs, or at least high-end CPUs, I don't think you really need much high-end CPUs. Let's go back down to 10 cents per kilowatt hour here. No, maybe you do need high-end CPUs for this. Well, that's a Ryzen 7. And that's a Ryzen 7, but it's borderline profitability. I don't know. Maybe. Anyway, we'll keep it at B. Now, moving on to PoW. I've got really no comments on that. I don't even know how that algorithm works. I don't even know how they designed it, what they based it off. I know it's meme hash, so that says a lot. Tried to piggyback off the Pepe currency, obviously, or Pepe coin going up. Not much utility. Just going to go for D tier straight away. Now, Dogecoin has been very profitable in the past. Still has a very, very large market cap. When we look here, let's go over to our watch list. Very large market cap, still 9th. So a lot of people holding it. Very good potential for the future. Also can be not merge mined, but dual mined, I guess, with Litecoin. So there's, Litecoin and Dogecoin are basically providing profits. I think the L3 is the second most profitable ASIC out there. So I believe that it can be mined with Dogecoin and Litecoin. Correct me if I'm wrong on that one. So I'm just going to go with Dogecoin. We're going to put it at A tier. It's been profitable. It still has a large amount of market cap that it can hold on to. And I guess if you were holding it whilst you'd be mining it now and it still has like, I don't know, a 50% price bump, which is not going to be unheard of, you could still make a nice profit off Dogecoin. Now, moving on to Conflux, I believe this is. I don't think you'll be able to see it on the screen. No, you can't. But Conflux, I'm going to put it in B tier above Zephyr. It's been a profitable coin in the past. It has actually gained a lot of market cap. And I believe it's because one of the only coins that China can actually use. I think it's been approved. So there's some potential there if people want to use it in those countries. But we can't actually see it on this tier list. I didn't realize that, but let's just say that Conflux is there. It's still profitable. It's not still profitable, but it was mainly profitable back then. I'm assuming it's going to be profitable in the future. Probably not the most profitable. I think Kaspa will probably be that. However, Conflux was taking it in B tier. Now, moving on to Cadena. Cadena has really had a rise and a fall lately. Or not even lately, but in the past 2 years. If you look at the all-time chart, like this is a crazy chart to see. We're looking at $23. What was the actual highest that it hit? It hit all-time high of $28, and now it's all the way down to 0.42, so 42 cents per coin, which is, I guess, 100x less, nearly. 100x less. I don't know how you describe that. Also, all those Cadena miners, the ASICs that everyone paid, $40,000 for, has, basically reduced in value down to, I think, around 4,000 per miner. Not really bringing in much profitability. I was very bullish on it. until I saw it start going down, and then the ASIC miners, people shelled out 40,000 for them, and now they're not even profitable. It's basically just a piece of metal sitting in people's mining rigs, I guess. So personally, I wouldn't touch Cadena at all anymore. I wouldn't even bother. And just the fact that ASICs are the only way that you can mine it, and they're so expensive for Cadena, I would just automatically say no for that. I am going to put it in C tier. I know the utility cases of Cadena are very high. Or maybe I'll put it in B tier, but I'll put it right by here. The utility cases of it are great because of the technology behind it, plus their own programming language. I forgot what it's called. It's called Pact, I think. So they created their own programming language to stop, smart contracts being exploited and stuff like that. However, we're just gonna put Cadena there. People might be mad. I'm not really. Let's see what we put it in here. I actually put it in S tier back a year ago. That says some things, but opinions change over time, so this is always going to change depending on what happens in terms of mining profitability, how the team actually, takes the coin, what direction they take different coins. So yeah, moving on to Meow Coin. I believe this was profitable for a while. They have a good use case, I suppose, like donating to charity. But that doesn't really benefit much of in terms of profitability or anything. Not really innovating too much. I guess any cryptocurrency could donate to charity, but they're solely focused, I think, on cats. So hence Meow Coin. I'm just going to put it in C tier. People don't really, I guess, resonate with donating to that charity as much as you would think the whole human race would, but I suppose I'm guilty of that because of the fact that I don't mine it. But yeah, I just would say it creates a good cause. I'll put it at top of C tier if that makes anyone feel better. However, in terms of the actual coin and what it's going to do in the future, I don't see it going too much further. Right, let's move on to, I think this is Nervous Coin. Nervos or whatever. Not Nervous. I don't know how you pronounce it. Anyway, there are ASICs out here that were slightly profitable for a while. However, when it comes to ASIC coins, sorry, it's very hard to really, make that purchase for an ASIC, knowing that the coin has such a small market cap. If we go on, sorry, not market cap, but issuance per day, Nervous Network is only 44,000, and this is with ASICs on the network. Even Cadena is doing worse than that. If we click on it, we go on benchmarks. You can see the Antminer K7. There's basically only one, so there's only one way to mine it, I guess, maybe. But for the most part, it's a smaller coin, which I wouldn't really take the risk on buying an ASIC for, if that makes sense. The actual, I don't know what let's have a look here. Go on to watch list. Do we have Nervous? No, it's not even listed here. Nervous Network. Okay, let's have a look at the market cap. Market cap's 107,000. No, sorry, not 107,000. 107 million. And if we go back, we can see that basically most of these GPU mineable coins here, even Cadena has the same market cap, but a lot of these GPU mineable coins are basically approaching that, and those are GPU minables. I know you can't really go based off market cap, but for the most part, I don't like the fact that there's only a couple miners out for this, and I wouldn't really take the risk on a lower market cap coin that has such a low market cap, because Cadena at the time, I believe when it was hitting $30 per coin, around that, the actual market cap would have been higher, so you'd be very intrigued, or at least have some information that would guarantee profits for the actual ASIC that you're buying. But for the most part, We're gonna put it in C tier. I'll put it above Kyler coin. I don't really have much opinion on these placings in terms of what they're doing. They're kind of ordered, but not really. Moving on to swap, don't know much about it. I only put it in here because of the actual, what is it, hash rate NO. I'm just going to put it at the bottom or at the top of D tier. I haven't really seen much use case for it. Hasn't really sparked my interest at all. So we'll put it at the top of D tier. Grin, I'm going to go with the same thing for that. It's one of those old coins, I believe. I think this coin was around way before I started mining. And it hasn't really moved much since then. We'll put it at the bottom of D tier with swap coin. Beam, I believe, doesn't have much use case either. Let's see. I don't think it's listed, or it might be listed on here actually. Yeah, it is. If we look here, 3 million market cap. It's trading on Gate.io, MEXC. Haven't really seen much news from it at all. Let's actually look at the all-time price chart. See, I believe it had some sort of pre-mine, which led to the dump off of all the coins. As you see, the volume, sorry, voice crack. As you can see, the volume's very high there when compared to like down here and stuff like that. So yeah, pretty much a dead coin. I'm just gonna cut that straight, put that in D tier. Monero, I'm gonna put. Do I put it in A tier? Monero's a great coin, but it's also an old coin, which has done very well due to the fact that it's old and it provided that privacy that everyone wanted out of cryptocurrency. It holds so much actual market cap right now that it'd be stupid not to bet that it was going to go at least up a little bit, just based on if Bitcoin moves in price. For the most part, you still need to set up a dedicated rig for Monero mining. In terms of the RAM, the RAM has to be quick as well. So you can't just put together a rig like with a random CPU or a random stick of RAM, which you could with a lot of these coins. You have to do a lot of research into Monero to actually get it right in terms of the CPU as well. I'm going to put it in A tier. Do I put it above Raptorium? Probably, because there's still a lot of people mining it. There's still profits to be made, I guess, depending on what you're using, if your power is low as well. Might include Handshake. Let me think. Have I ever mined Handshake as a coin? Is it even on here? I know if it isn't on here, then I probably have never mined it. So, but I definitely seen it on. What would it be on? Not hash rate NO. Sorry, what's the old one? Haven FA. No, I can't see it on here. Handshake. Let me search it up now. Is it this one? 8 million. What's the price looking like? Yep, I thought so. Doesn't really look, even based on the price. If it has dropped below what it was in the lows of 2020, going into 2021, then in my mind, it's basically a dead coin. I wouldn't bet on it. I wouldn't mine it. Sorry to burst your bubble, but that's just one of my main metrics. If it drops below that, I don't see the price recovering from there. There's way too much supply out from then to here, that it basically will not climb up at all. So for Handshake, I'd put it in D tier as well. Flux, what did I put it here? I put it at the top. Am I going to put it in S tier now? I feel like I kind of have to, just because in that video I talked about proof of useful work, and I didn't really understand how that was going to work. Now, proof of useful work in this sense is not going to be decentralized, because it still needs to have basically your rigs or whatever it needs to switch between proof of useful work and plus actual flux mining. But if they manage, if any company, not even Flux or Dynex, if any company manages to decentralize it to a point where you can mine both of them simultaneously, or it's integrated into the algorithm at least, then I would definitely say you're onto a winner at that point. But for the most part, they're two separate things, and you'll be switching between them. And there's always room to actually gain from that. There's always going to be people who will basically, it's just PoW. That's all really. No offense taken. Yeah, okay. There's no really in between in terms of the. Sorry, what am I saying? No, I was saying about the security of it. There will always be people to try to take advantage of the switching process. I think there was a slight iteration of that where people were just mining dynex and not equating to any proof of useful work. And the main point of that was people would mine way more in dynex because they could only choose the actual proof of work side and not the proof of useful work side because they are two separate entities. So people will try to gain the system all the time, and that is where we need them actually merged into one algorithm, at least to have proof of useful work and proof of work. Now, I'm still going to put Flux in S tier. First S tier out there. People might have different opinions on it. I did see some things about it being pre-mined or whatever, but it was actually... I didn't do too much research into it. But from what I saw, I think it's because of the transition from Zell over to Flux is what got people confused. It wasn't worth making a video on to clear up because it was kind of cleared up on Twitter already. But S tier, if Flux pulls through and gets proof of useful work done in a very, I guess, well-mannered way, in terms of if they basically create a massive platform for it. A lot of these rig rental programs like Vast AI or Nur AI or Chlor AI could be out of the running for the game if Flux achieves what they've set out to do. On nexa, Minecraft is being rebuilt. Too many. Oh, okay. So there was some discussion about that earlier. So I'll just say now that nexa or neoxa or nexa. I'm not sure what it is. But yeah, they did have a Minecraft server. I believe they had a GTA server as well. But am I just forgetting that? I don't really know. Also preparing the release Fortnite. Oh, okay. So they're releasing Fortnite as well. So they are opening up to bigger games. I think that is such a great coin in terms of the play to earn aspect because, as I said, it's not built on games that are solely implementing the coin. You know, you have to play these stupid games like that is it called D-Race game where you had to buy horses and stuff like that? It's just like basically a load of like really bad coins that are linked to a game, and the price of that coin is just going to plummet as soon as people start selling off. So nexa has done it in a way where it's you're on the server, so you're utilizing the processing power at least, and then you're playing games which you actually want to play, like in terms of Minecraft or GTA. Oh damn, it's hard to talk for this long. How long have we been live? I don't even know. Anyway, so moving on to Raven Coin. I'm going to put Raven Coin just straight away as an A. Raven Coin obviously has that kind of Bitcoin feel to it in terms of what they're trying to achieve. Obviously, they don't have ASICs on the network or FPGAs, but there was a stat that I was looking at earlier. I think it's on HiveOS. Let's look here. HiveOS. If we look here, the car power algorithm holds 11% of the GPUs, which is so surprising, seeming. Ravencoin is not profitable at all on most GPUs. And if you look here, Ravencoin is the third most mined coin as well. So I just think purely based on that, if people are mining it and they're still making money from it, because why wouldn't you? you might as well stick with it. And that's why it's in A tier. Does it have good technology? Yes. Can it be replicated by a lot of coins in the space? Yes. But it's one of those old coins which I'm assuming is still providing profitability. 50 or sorry, 580 from Radeon. I think those are the ones that are mainly on Ravencoin. Let's have a look at the stats on hashrate NO. Hashrate NO, coins, Ravencoin, and benchmarks. Okay, so the 6600 XT. Okay, so maybe people are profitable on this. I just don't know how they're profitable on it. They've got to be because it's producing a fair amount of emissions per day, 50,000. It's top 10 maybe out of all the proof of work coins. So I can't really put it in anything under A, just based on profitability or what people are mining at the moment. Right, moving on to ZIL. I got to put that in B tier. Right, remember this is Conflux, okay? I know you can't see it, but it is. Moving on to ZIL. I'm going to put it in B tier above Ethereum, just purely based on the fact that you can mine it for like 2 minutes and it gives you like an extra 6 cents in profitability, which is good for squeezing profits. It's also a stakeable coin, so you can earn more on that ZIL if you mine it. If you're very smart about it, you could just add ZIL to every algorithm. I don't know how much it decreases it by, but I'm assuming that it doesn't decrease it by a lot. It would have to be worth it for people to do it, and that's why people do put ZIL on at the end of the algorithms, to obviously earn like a couple cents more. But I think it's got to take less than like 25% of the hash rate out, so you're not losing as much. But ZIL is also a very big coin in terms of market cap, because people can stake it and they can technically mine it as well. We're at 300 million in the top 100. Now, remember, Kaspa's actual market cap is at 1 billion right now, so it basically is at around 35 in terms of the ranking, so it should be up here. However, it isn't. So let's go over to ZIL, and yeah, just based on the profitability and the ease that it makes to add onto basically any of these coins that are GPU mineable, you can add ZIL to. So, you know, it's a no-brainer to have it in B tier. It doesn't really provide much in terms of the actual usability of it. But yeah, we're just going to keep it in B tier. Now, Octaspace. This has been a very good coin lately as well. I'm going to put it in B tier. Yeah, I'm going to put it next to Ethereum. It's a very profitable coin. I believe it has dipped in and out of profitability. Let's look at the emissions. What is it at? I know it's down here a little bit. Octaspace here. It's ETH hash, so you can mine it with all these, you know, ASICs. So it provides a place definitely for you to take your ASICs if you don't want to mine on Ethereum Classic. All those ones that weren't utilized previously, now you can be utilizing them. I think if we go to, let's see here, ASICs. Yeah, Octaspace is the most profitable on the X4Q. Is there going to be any more that are profitable on it? No, I can't see any more. Oh, it's Cadena. So yeah, I believe the Jazz miners do very well on them. Even if you're not mining, you know, any of these Bitcoin offshoots. So Jazz miners, yeah, look, we have the X4Z. It's not profitable, but these are the most revenue bringing in coins, I guess, that you can mine with an ETH hash algorithm ASIC. So for that reason, we could put an Octa there. And if we click on, but you can also mine it with a GPU, which is good as well. So let's move over to Nexa. Now, Nexa for me, personally, has provided very good profits and very good yield for me. I like the, do I put it in A? No, I'm going to put it in B, but at the top of B tier right now. I like the algorithm that it, well, sorry, I don't like the algorithm that it runs on. It's a bit too hot for the cards. I believe it's based off PoW or cow. But for yield, I believe it can be very profitable in the future. If you yield it now, don't really have much on that. It has the potential to do, 100,000 transactions per second if they pull it off in terms of the hardware goals that they're going for. But, I'm yet to see any updates further on that, and we haven't really seen much implementation of that happening. I think it's a very long timeline before that happens. However, there are better coins out there than Nexa right now. But that's not to say that it can't be bigger in the future. Now, moving on to Radiant, I'm going to put this the same as Nexa, literally right next to it. I kind of think that it's more of the same thing. Plus, the FPGAs will be coming for Nexa and Radiant. I think FPGAs are on Radiant already, but I haven't seen many bit streams for it. On the E300, you can definitely mine Radiant. I don't know about the multi-miner. I think you can. Multi-miner M2. Apart from that, I can't really think of any more. And I think that, there's going to be profitability through ASICs as well on these coins, just based on, what they're saying on their website, the progression, they're up for the progression of it. And they've seen other coins really have that rise as well. If we look on the market caps here, we're seeing, Nexa and Radiant basically kind of like the same market cap. They've kind of had both the exact same chart as well in terms of the price going up. So I'd basically consider them nearly the same in competition with each other. For now, at least, until one of them, takes off. Okay, I was just checking if the stream is actually still on. That would be amazing if it just went and died out of nowhere. But glad that it didn't. Anyway, let's move on to dynex. Dynex is super profitable right now. Basically, the only profitable GPU mineable coin out there, I believe. Providing profits for a lot of these cards, mainly the AMD cards. Not seeing much Nvidia cards on there. Surprised to see the 6600 still going strong, even though it wasn't profitable to mine on this for a while. However, dynex has brought it back to life. So I believe that there's some other cards as well, like the not the 1000 series for AMD. What are they called? I couldn't tell you off the top of my head. So let's have a look down here, like the Vegas and stuff like that, and the RX 590. I know we're not looking at profitable, but we're looking at, high revenues, I guess, or at least borderline profitability. I'm going to put dynex in A tier. Proof of useful work. Yet to see how that plays out. If it does play out, I might put it a bit higher. But for now, I'm just going to put it... do I put it above Dogecoin? I'm going to put it in between Monero and Raptorium. So that's what I think about dynex. Great technology if they pull it off, but the same concept, I guess, as Flux. But right now it's also providing extremely good profitability for all us GPU miners, whereas Flux isn't as much. But it did give us a lot of profitability in the past. Plus, I still get payouts for the parallel assets, which I mined way back when, around a year and a half ago. I still get the payouts from that, so that's good. If you mined a lot then, I know the price of the coin has gone down slightly, but if you mined a lot then, you'll have a lot of flux sitting when you had those parallel assets released. Ethereum fair. I don't want to put it in D, but I'm going to. It's basically the clone of Ethereum, which you can mine. Hasn't really been much profitability. I know it merged with something. I think it merged with a different coin. Can't really have much thoughts on it. It's just a clone of Ethereum, which I think, should basically be removed. A lot of these coins really serve no purpose. If we look at coin market cap, you can see there's 1.8 million cryptocurrencies on the market. 1.8 million coins, and most of them are proof of stake, granted. But for the most part, they're all clones of each other. I think in the future, if you're talking down the line, if cryptocurrency actually becomes a currency, it's probably only going to be, I'd say, not even 100 coins which are going to be used as a utility, or at least as currencies. The rest of them are just going to be clones of clones of clones, and they'll be filtered out over time. We're talking a very long timeline now. Love the honesty. A lot of the coins serve no purpose. Yet they do. Like, a lot of them really don't serve any purpose at all. But, I'm basing these just off like kind of what it is going to be in the next 5 years. But for the most part, I'm saying in the next 100 years, if cryptocurrency takes off as a currency, there's probably only going to be 100 coins that actually serve any purpose in the future. Now, Casper coin, obviously, I'm very bullish on Casper coin. I have to put it in S tier. I've been supporting it for so long, 9 months now, I think, or 10 months. Made countless videos on it, so I kind of know the ins and outs of the technology behind it. I've made countless videos on the updates for the Rust testnet. And yeah, we're just going to see where that goes. A6 was a bit of a problem for a little bit, and now I think we've survived A6, I guess, because the only real problem that we had was where the switch would happen. People could take advantage of buying a lot of A6, get them on the network, and then from there they could potentially perform a 51% attack. But it's not looking like anything is going to stop Casper coin right now. There was that dust attack, which basically did nothing. Only took about 2-3 days to sort out. But for the most part, I gotta put it in S tier, up there with Flux. I'm thinking of moving Flux down, but I can't do it to myself right now. We'll revisit everything at the end of the live stream. Litecoin, it's outdated, not really much purpose. It's still kind of profitable with Dogecoin, I guess, and depending on your price or electricity. B tier, put it there, above, yeah, I'll put it B tier, above these two, just because it's been there for so long, provided a lot of profitability in the last bull run. But it is an outdated coin, which serves not really much purpose. There's better coins out there that can do way more than Litecoin. The only reason that it's so known is because the market cap is high. I think there's a Bitcoin Cash, D tier. No point having Bitcoin Cash. You could just use Bitcoin, or you go over to a different coin. I know people are like super into Bitcoin offshoots, but what's the point? Dude, Ergo is the only coin here that does anything like I do like Alf. I mean, we'll get onto Ergo in 2 seconds. Ironfish, basically Monero, privacy. Privacy coin, GPU mineable. Don't really know what purpose it serves. If Monero is private as well, you could just use Monero, What developers of these cryptocurrencies don't understand is that not many people understand the technology behind it, if that makes sense. The wider range of people out there in the world need to understand, what goes behind the coin for them to want to buy your coin and use it for the use case that you have. But none of them really explain it in a simple terms. Okay? Bitcoin has been so big and so out there, obviously because it's the first one, but people just say, oh, it's just digital gold. And that is basically, in the white paper, what Bitcoin has set out to do. It's just be the hedge against inflation, like gold is, but it's digital. Same kind of supply chain where you mine a bunch of it. And with gold, obviously, I think it's around 3% comes out of the earth every year. And that will happen, until all the gold reserves dry up. Same with Bitcoin. You get I don't know. I don't know what the percentage is out every year, but you get a percentage out of Bitcoin per year of the supply. I know it decreases and the halving, and you wouldn't actually get that with gold, but same concept. You can explain that very easily. With Ironfish, I can't explain to you why you need a private coin that's not Monero, if that makes sense. I really can't. Ergo lost the train. They had the biggest chance ever. ETH. Dumb, arrogant devs. Yeah. Ironfish. BTL, I'll put it here. It's good that they're reverting back to GPUs. I like that, but it's not really going to change my opinion on it. Ergo. Right. Ergo. Yes, they had a good run. They had so much hash rate on the network. It destroyed the coin. The Ergo devs bought the Ethereum Classic dev account or something like that. When dev teams do that, or at least become, at least a little bit shady, like why would you need the account of Ethereum Classic, if that makes sense? Like nobody would want you to do that. Nobody asked you to do that. You had a lot of potential there. Ergo, it has a good algorithm actually for mining. I'm not gonna lie, it's better than Cadena. Is it better than Octa? Is it better than Ethereum? I'm probably gonna say it's here. I like Ergo. I liked it back then. I don't like it anymore. But my opinions have changed over time. Alephium. Now, Alephium to me is a strange one because I've been very bullish on it in terms of mining it. I like Alephium. It's been good for profitability in terms of what I'm mining with. Plus the duality of Ethereum and Alephium. Alephium is very small market cap right now. If we go to watch list, very small in terms of 6 million. There's no saying that it's going to get up there, but Dynex was at 6 million, I think, 6 months ago. Now it's up to 71 million, so that's a 10x. If Alephium does that, the technology behind it, see, it's following the same sort of path as Nexa, Radiant, Alephium, and that's not necessarily the same path as Bitcoin, but it's the same path nearly as all of these coins as well. The only ones that have been performing very well is Dynex and Kaspa coin, Chlor AI, Octa, and Near AI. So these are the ones that have been profitable for us. So that's why they're performing well. Alephium, I like it a lot. Do I like it enough to put it in A tier? The algorithm's so low power, so you can get really efficient on it. IOHK owned the account for Ethereum Classic. Are you purely into coins you can mine? I didn't know that Charles gave them the account without asking. Yeah, anyway, so with Ergo, sorry, I just read that comment. With Ergo, I just think that, there's too much happened in the past for them to kind of, rebuild community trust. Same with Ethereum Classic. Same thing goes. Are you purely into coins you can mine? No, I'm not purely into coins I can mine, but I do consider most of the coins that I'm investing in, or at least mining. Sorry, obviously all the coins that I mine are be mineable, but most of the coins that I invest in are mineable coins. I just don't believe that staking is really the way forward in terms of cryptocurrency. Even though it can do high transactions per second, even though it might seem like it's better for cryptocurrency overall, the decentralization aspect of it is not there. It becomes heavily centralized the more, and even with this staking, your money is not making more money. This is what they kind of had in their minds, was that you're making more money. And it's not true, because if everyone's staking, then the supply will increase, but you'll all have the same amount of coins, relative to each other. So that doesn't make sense for you to stake. If everyone staked, then you'd all have the same amount of coins relative to each other. So the price of the coin would be the same, if that makes sense. You would actually decrease. So not really much point. It's not that I don't like it. I mean, there are some use cases out there for it. But for now, we have other coins that can do high transactions per second. Casper coin, if it actually does achieve it, Casper coin, that could be one of the killers for staking coins. Same with Alephium. It's got that sharding, which Cadena had, but Alephium's implemented it very well. Proof of less work, which is going to be coming, and the FPGAs and ASICs allowable on the Alephium network. A lot of these coins, I think, are taking the same route that Casper coin has took, and you know, Alephium's white paper is also very well written out. This is one of the main things that I look for in white papers, is if they have a lot of calculations that conclude to the actual technology. If a lot of white papers will just say, this is the Bitcoin consensus and it's reworked, and then they don't show any maths on it. I can't read the maths on it, but I know that they at least put some effort in, and somebody will go check that maths and know if it's real or it can be achieved. So somebody will call it out. Yeah, proof of stake is fiat currency. It basically is. I wouldn't use it as a real currency. Like Bitcoin has that use case of being used as a hedge against inflation. Casper coin has a use case of being an actual currency or a payment processing currency. Flux, proof of useful work. You see, there'll only be a certain amount of coins in the future. Anyway, Alephium, I'll put it in B tier, just because I'm bullish on it. Yeah, and that improves the market cap. Maybe some of you that are watching this might go and buy Alephium, and then there's more market cap. So hopefully, yeah, I agree. That's why I've invested in Casper. What's the blue and white coin there on par with Casper? That's Flux. How have you not heard of Flux coin? I wouldn't say I would invest in Flux, because I don't know how the proof of useful works. Actually, I don't really know if I'd have Flux in S tier. Now that you've said that, I'm changing my mind, but it's been so good to me. You know, all the not the fans, but the community, plus all the views. I mean, some of them I am ranking, you know, based on other external factors as well. But if we're going, yeah, I suppose I should drop it down because the proof of useful work is not here yet, but I'm thinking that it's going to be there. But if I use that same metric, I should then put dynex at the top. So I think I'm going to drop it down and reserve it to the top of A tier. So borderline S. Let's go with that. Firo coin, same thing. It's an old coin. Nobody uses it. Nobody really cares. Ethereum Classic, B tier. ASICs on the network, cool. Provides a place for ASICs to go after Ethereum. Merge, then the market goes down. I don't know if they're profitable even on Ethereum Classic yet. Still good emissions, but Casper has overtaken it. Yeah, look, you can get these, but Octaspace is also Ethash, and it makes way more in terms of profitability. I just think a lot of ASIC miners on Ethereum Classic are just there to purely mine Ethereum Classic because they believe in the coin. DigiCash, same thing. Gonna go down there. And Bitcoin, round out the whole list right now. We're gonna put it above Casper coin. Now, that's the whole tier list. So, that's what we're looking at. I'm gonna give you an overview. These are the ones that I would mine in the future. Only if they're profitable. Buy mining hardware for these. Sell the mining hardware in the future. I don't know. Invest in these. Be cautious with these in terms of we don't really know where it's going, but you should maybe look into it. Invest a little bit if you're not going to be mining, at least. Mine a little bit of these. See what happens. I know with the ASIC mineable coins, like Dogecoin or Bitcoin, you might not have the access to the ASICs, but if you're GPU or CPU mining, I would look into these. Nexa, just play Minecraft or play on Rust if you're interested in any of the games that they are allowing. I forgot the list now. It's Rust, Minecraft, GTA, and Fortnite, I believe, will be coming soon. If you like any of those games, go play Neoxa. Don't mine it, because you can basically get it for free by playing the games. So don't do that. What about Conflux? Conflux is there. Sorry if you weren't around for this one. Conflux is actually there. Yeah. So if you're wondering why there's a space there, that's Conflux. It's just the thing is grey. If I bring it down here, I don't know how to bring it down. Where have I put it? Anyway. Yeah. Do a little bit of investing into these. Mainly Dogecoin. It's probably going to have a little nice price bump. Lithium, I'd say for the first up until Ethereum, I would just mine these on a purely speculative basis, apart from Litecoin, obviously. But the rest of them, purely speculative. Remember, this is Conflux. And then anything under that, I know Near AI and Chlor AI, I'd just look into rig rentals, go on Vast AI. I wouldn't really mine the coin that is behind the technology, and anything under that. Do I want to put Ethereum Classic higher? That's the question. Okay, never mind. Ethereum, everything up to Ethereum Classic, speculatively mine. Anything below it, it's dead. Don't use it. These are only ranked because they serve a little use case, I guess. And then these are just absolutely bad coins, which you should not mine. Bitcoin Cash is basically Bitcoin, but for, you know, for no reason, I guess. Would Dogecoin be A tier if not for Elon? I don't see the value in Doggy. Well, would it be? Probably. It still had that rise without Elon Musk, and then Elon Musk just propelled it a little bit more. It was profitable at the time. People made some good profits on it. It still serves the use case of actually processing transactions. If you actually wanted to process transactions, it's way lower fees than Bitcoin. But it's just very good. I've done pretty well triple mining Ergo, Lithium Zil with SRB miner. I suppose that works very well because Ergo and Lithium are very, very efficient algorithms and they don't require much power. So you could definitely mine any of that. You should look into mining Lithium and Ethereum together just because the Blake 3 algorithm is half of what the algorithm is for Ethash. And you're basically mining 2/3 on the Blake 3 algorithm and 1/3 on the Ethereum algorithm if you're doing Ethereum and Lithium together. The rank looks fair. I'd say Dynex or Casper will fight this year. Is Dynex going to approach Casper Coin in terms of market cap? I don't know. It can definitely go up. Dynex is not a bad coin at all. It's still profitable. Supply though, this is the main thing that I'm worried about is the supply. It's definitely reaching the same amount as Casper Coin. Like the supply is kind of following the same, I guess, vision or at least time frame as Casper Coin. I think these two coins started relatively the same time, so this is probably why the charts look nearly the same. But for the most part, I think Dynex should stay down there. Maybe I'd put it above Monero. Should I? Monero is just such a big coin. Anyway. Yeah, so let me reiterate. This is obviously the ones that I'd be heavily wanting to go into. Bitcoin and Casper, Flux, Neoxa, Dynex, Monero, Raptorium, Dogecoin, Ravencoin. Look into them, mine them, I guess, if they're profitable, if they're near profitability. As I said, this top row, I'd say speculatively mine these. Anything below that, don't bother. Anything below that, don't bother. Anything below that, if anyone mentions it, just say, look, I don't know what you're on about. And yeah, that's about it for the whole tier list video. Let's have a look at what the market is doing. We might as well have a look here. Market cap on the Fear and Greed index. Sorry, we're at 47, but that was a nice fake pump yesterday, I believe it was, from Bitcoin. What's the orange bird coin in C? What is the orange bird coin in C? Oh, Novo. Let me show you it here on coins. Novo. It's basically, I don't actually know what it does. That's the main thing. People don't know what any of these coins do. This is it. The daily emissions is only around $369. No point. There's no trading going on the coin, and it's basically worth nothing. Don't hold it. Anyway, so let's actually compare these two. So we have that there, and we have this here. So it's changed. Cadena has moved. Bitcoin's still up there. Flux has moved down. Zero Coin was in this A tier previously. Zero Coin was actually very profitable for a while. Novo is dead. Ergo lead devs built Chainlink and Cardano. Yeah, well, I don't like Cardano, so it doesn't really matter. Dev is gone for months. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like most of these devs are just off. Probably took all their profits and went. Anyway, so Zero Coin has moved. Ravencoin still up there. Ethereum Classic dropped down. Monero still up there. Dogecoin still up there. Raptorium has come up a little bit. Lithium's not on there. Litecoin, same place. Zill, kind of same place. Chia's not on there. Ergo, same place. AE dropped down to D tier. Raptorium, as I said, has come up. Zcash not on there. Conflux, same place. As I said, Conflux is here. Beam dropped down to D tier. Bitcoin Cash, D tier. Firo, D tier. What was this? Ethos, D tier. I don't know what that one is. Aeon coin it was good for a little bit. Not on there. Xano, not putting that on there. I think that's Zcash. No. What's that? Bitcoin Gold. Should have dropped that down to D tier. And Vertcoin dropped down. So not much movement going on. A lot of coins have basically dropped in my eyes. But that's for the good. Yeah. So maybe we'll see a rise. Anyway, looking on GPUs, I know we've already covered this. The most profitable is Dynex plus Radiant. Maybe I'll make a video on how to do that. It's pretty simple, but I'm sure you guys can figure it out if you know. There's some Claw AI on highest revenue. Nexa is still there. Ergo and Radiant, surprising to see on the 4090. Conflux plus Radiant, surprising as well. Bitcoin Gold, surprising to actually see that there as well. Lithium and Xano, crazy. Intel Arc. Lithium is actually the highest profitability on the Intel Arc. I'm glad I didn't get one of those GPUs. Anyway, as we go down, Vertcoin, surprising to see on the CMP. I'm sure that there's definitely a more profitable coin for that to be mining. They just haven't input it into hashrate NO. Let's see on YouTube. Let's see what is going on. Oh wow, 17 viewers live. Thank you all for watching. Subscriptions, like, let's have a look. Also, oh, I forgot to say, you can get 1 Neoxa a day with their faucet. That's like 10 cents. Oh, really? Let's have a look at that now. Faucet balance, 1 Neoxa. Let's see, what am I doing? Clicking on here. No, we're not on the watch list. Right, hold that thought, because, well, actually, let's just do it right now. But I'll remember that in a minute. It's not gonna show on here, is it? CoinGecko. CoinGecko will show it. I'm sure it will. Neoxa. You can get 1, which is 10 cents. Are you sure? 1 Neoxa a day, which is 10 cents. Okay, maybe I'm getting confused at what you're trying to say there. Anyway, I want to announce as well, whilst everyone's in here, we have an actual Tangent wallet, not collaboration, I suppose, because it's not really, they're not paying me, but it will be a referral type scheme. And I think I'm going to give away a wallet. I think we're going to give away a wallet. And yeah, so stick around for that. It's not going to be on this live stream, but there will be a video, or maybe I'll make it a live stream where we give it away. I believe I'm getting the Kaspa coin version, or I might be getting some different version for what the normal Tangent wallet is. Anyway, we'll be giving one away when we do get that partnership fully done. If it doesn't happen, then obviously something went wrong. But we will be doing it. I believe they have partnerships with... let me see what coins they have. I know they've got a bunch of coins on there. They got Bitcoin and all that. Let's see. They got they got all these. So you can see. Oh, you can just type in coins. Oh, okay, so there's a bunch of them here. You know, the main big ones. If we keep scrolling down, I know that they definitely have. We got Kaspa coin as well. That was the main one. That they had a good, launch to actually go off of. I know that they are definitely looking at other coins in the space because Kaspa coin was so well done in terms of the proof of work community. I know that they've said that they are looking at some of other coins in the space. They couldn't actually tell me which ones because obviously they've signed agreements and stuff like that. But we will be doing a giveaway of one of these wallets when we actually get that partnership done. I don't know how long that's going to take, but there will be it. So anyway, this is the end of the live stream. Thank you all for coming in. It's been a great live stream. I appreciate the feedback in the chat, and hopefully, your kind of agreement with this list lines with mine. There might be some that you'd rearrange, but for the most part, this will probably change in a year's time, and we'll come back to it in a year when we have different coins on the market or if coins take off. So thanks for watching. Leave a like on the video, and there'll be a video coming out tonight, so watch that one. It's about what's the best GPU to buy for mining in the future.